What's up, Waterstone kids? My name is Kylie, and I'm so excited to dive in this week's message because we have a good one. We're going to be talking about the 10 Commandments and how the Lord gave Moses the 10 Commandments to protect the Israelites from doing bad things or evil things. So we are going to talk about that. So what the Bible verse that we are going to be opening our Bibles to, I got my Bible here, and we are going to be opening it to Exodus chapter 19, verse 1 through chapter 20, verse 17, and then 31:18. So that's the Bible reference that we're going to be referencing today, but I'm going to give you a little summarized version of that. So I challenge you to read that in your own quiet time, but we are going to be talking about that. So to talk about what we've previously have talked about before, we have the Israelites have traveled out of Egypt. They have gone through the Red Sea. The Lord has provided them manna. The Lord has also helped them win a war. And so now we are coming up upon Mount Sinai. And so this was around 3 months after they left Egypt. And Moses went up to the top of the mountain while everyone else stayed down. And the Lord spoke to him there. And he said, "You have seen what I did to the Egyptians and how I have cared for you. If you carefully listen to me and keep my covenant, I will give you. Then you will be my own special people." And so this is the word that the Lord gave Moses on top of Mount Sinai while all the rest of the Israelites were at the bottom. And so Moses traveled back down the mountain and shared what God had said to him. And the people said, "We will do whatever the Lord asks us to do." So Moses went up back to the mountain and wanted to communicate to the Lord. Even though the Lord already knew, he wanted to spend time with the Lord too on Mount Sinai. And the Lord said to Moses, "Bring the people with you to the bottom of the mountain in 3 days. I will come to you in a dense cloud, and the people will hear when I speak with you, and they will believe you. Tell the people to prepare to meet with me by washing their clothes. Make sure that no one touches the base of the mountain." Moses returned to the people, and they prepared to meet with the Lord. Okay, so now Moses and the people returned to Mount Sinai on the 3rd day. There was thunder and lightning, and a thick cloud was on the mountain. They heard a very loud trumpet sound, and the people were afraid. The Lord summoned Moses and Aaron to the top of the mountain, while all the rest of the Israelites stayed at the bottom. And the Lord spoke these words. And these are now the Lord is going to be speaking the 10 Commandments. So these are the 10 Commandments that we read today in the Bible. So it said, 1, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of slavery. That's not 1. This is 1. Do not have other gods besides me. 2, do not make an idol for yourself. Do not bow down and worship to idols or serve them. Do not misuse the name of the Lord. Remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Do not do any work on the 7th day. Honor your father and mother so that you may live a long life in the land God is giving you. Do not murder. Do not take another person's husband or wife as your own. Do not steal. Do not lie about your neighbor. And do not be jealous for anything that belongs to your neighbor. So these are the 10 commandments that the Lord has given the Israelites and Moses and Aaron. But I think a lot of people get it confused as these are laws that we have to follow. We think about it like you can't do certain things, the country tells you certain laws. But the Lord has given these laws to us because he wants to protect us and he wants to keep us safe from the evil things. And we are naturally born sinful. And so the Lord gives us these to follow as a foundation of our Christ, and we only build up from there. So these are the commandments that the Lord has spoken to us. And so now we're gonna finish on. And it says, when God finished speaking with Moses, he gave Moses the 2 stone tablets with these commandments on them. The commandments had been written by the finger of God. God gave his people commandments so that they would know how to honor him and live rightly. Because of sin, no one is able to keep these commandments perfectly. God sent his son, Jesus, to live a perfect and sinless life. Jesus died and rose again so that sinners can be forgiven. And so now that Jesus has came and he died for our sins and he rose again and he forgave us, if we mess up, we are able to be forgiven through Christ and through that, his love and compassion. So this week's challenge, I want to challenge you guys to memorize the 10 Commandments, and I'm even going to do that. So I challenge you to memorize the 10 Commandments, do it with your friend, do it with your mom or dad, do it with your siblings. And so I will see you guys later. Bye, Waterstone kids!